Okay, friends, as promised, we have in studio with us from I want to make sure I say it right, the Fargo Midtown Business District Association, the FMBUDA. Is that right?
Yeah.
We have,
Got a little long.
No, it's great. Again, the Fargo Midtown Business District Association, we have Nikki Berglund. Nikki, good morning.
Hi.
You are also the owner of Luna, correct?
I am. Yes.
And I used to work across the street from Luna, would dine there from time to time. You have some fantastic food at your restaurant. I'm not a coffee drinker, but people tell me it's good. But your food has become exquisitely known in our area, has it not?
I like to think so. Yeah. Thank you.
It's actually, Nikki, one of my favorite places to go for a happy hour because your cheese trays are a plethora of goodness and really reasonably priced at that happy hour time.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
What's your favorite cheese? Yeah, tough question. We're hitting the hard questions right away, Nikki. What's your favorite cheese?
I eat so much cheese. I feel like that is kind of a hard question. We have one called Midnight Moon that is an aged goat cheese, and I had it once in California, and then we brought it back here, and yeah.
Goat is actually my favorite kind of cheese, so I feel like we have now bonded everybody.
Yeah.
I have not tried Midnight Moon, but it looks like I got a little snack break today. Yes. I can't wait. Luna's been open how long now?
Well, I mean, as a coffee shop, it was open in '93.
Okay.
But since we've owned it we bought it in 2014, and it's been a restaurant since 2015.
Okay. And there's a big change that went from when you went from coffee to now being coffee and cuisine.
Correct.
Tell me about that transition.
It kind of happened naturally. So Bernie's Wines and Liquors is my family business next door, so I run that as well. And my grandfather was Bernie, and my dad is Bernie. So I'm third generation, and we originally wanted a cheese shop, and then that morphed into a restaurant. And then Chef Ryan Nitschke, James Beard nominee, amazing chef. He kind of came into my life, and now we've become kind of partners in the restaurant business. So.
Oh, that's so cool. I know of this James Beard thing. I don't know who James is, but I understand the way in which it exalts a chef and what they do.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the James Beard nominee and what that means for your restaurant.
Well, he received a nomination before he worked for me back when he was at the Hotel Donaldson, but he's one of the very few in North Dakota that has ever received that award. At the time, he had it was like a not the award, he got the nomination, which is also huge. We're in the Midwest, so most of it goes to the Minneapolis chefs. I believe Milwaukee is in there too. So a lot of great talent coming out of there. We're hoping to get one for Luna as well. But yeah, it's kind of like the creme de la creme for chefs and food writers. For me, I'm doing this leadership program that I am a fellow for. So yeah, it's kind of like what you strive for in the restaurant business, that little James Beard.
Oh my God. Well, that's to have that level of culinary skill in our area and the ability to get something. By the way, I've had a chicken dish, and usually when you hear chicken, you don't think much of it. I had a chicken thigh dish at your restaurant, and it went straight to my thighs. It was so good. Like it was the most delightful piece of chicken I've ever had.
Oh wow!
And I'm just going to assume
really
that
piece of chicken.
Well, I know it's. I mean, usually we go with something simple, and you took something that could be simple, and you and your staff made it just exquisite. So I'm a fangirl. I'll say that.
Cool. Well, Ryan gets all that credit. So.
Okay. Well, great leaders give all the credit and take all the blame.
Oh well.
So, Nikki, I want to transition here because obviously Luna is a great staple in our community, as is Bernie's. But the things you're doing now with the new development that's going to happen, and it's not bringing in all new infrastructure, but what you're doing is you're bringing life and breathing life into Midtown. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so it's something that we started talking about my husband and I actually started kind of toying around with it like 5 years ago, just kind of talking about it. And just basically I love downtown, and I think a lot of great things are going on downtown, but I also kind of want some of the love for where we are at. And, granted, my restaurant's in a strip mall. If you were in a bigger city, that's not even it doesn't even matter. It's kind of, it's not as big of doesn't have such a strip mall stigma. But I lived in Denver for most of my adult life before I moved back, and my husband lived in Chicago. And in those kind of larger metro areas, they have more than one neighborhood. They have different kind of like pockets of the city that kind of have their own personality and their own kind of vibe going on, and you can walk to them, and so we're kind of trying to like model it after something like that, where we have more than one part of town that people can hang out in.
Well, if you think about Minneapolis, which is probably most familiar to our listening audience here, there's downtown, there's uptown, there's all sorts of little areas. And I think that Fargo has been unwilling to risk in new areas because we go where everybody else is. Right. And right now you are entrepreneuring your way and creating a path, not only for you, but for a plethora of other businesses. Who else is coming to the area, and what else do you see as the growth pattern for the next few years?
I think we're in such a new stage of the game that I'm not sure who else is coming to that part of town, but I would love to have other restaurants in that part of town. To me, it's more of like it's a compliment. The more cool little things to do, the more, the more people are walking to your business. I would love to get some art kind of venues in town, in that part of town. And just even I'm kind of working on like this whole mural thing right now. I don't really have a clear idea of what that looks like, but
I would not recommend a mural of me.
No, okay. Are you sure? I was thinking about that. But.
Well, then I guess it's on. Nikki, if you think about it, on that strip, and if you don't know exactly where we're talking about with the Midtown District, we're essentially looking at 17th Avenue. Right? Is that where you kind of
kind of 13th to 32nd.
13th to 2nd. So you're that whole strip.
Well, yeah.
So even within the Luna block or two, you have Dwayne's Pizza, you have the Great Wall, you have CJ's Kitchen, you have Luna. I mean, there's 4 outstanding restaurants right there, as well as I think Domino's is nearby, and Hornbacher's is another block away. I mean, there's really opportunity there. And as you make your way down University, whether you're the east side or the west side, I'm excited to see what happens in the Kmart area over the next few years.
Right. I keep hearing rumors and about who owns it, and I think
it's still open, so miracles do happen.
I think there's only like a year left on their lease, but
okay.
I don't know. I see farmers markets in that. I love that parking lot. I would love to own that building, but I think there's a lot you can do.
There's exciting things happening in the area, and you are a curator of that.
Thank you.
What an awesome opportunity. How do people learn more about this, Nikki? How can they get involved? My guess is you have a powwow that happens with all the other businesses that are trying to do what you're doing. And so how can people learn more about this Midtown area?
So far, we have we're working on a website. So far, we have a Facebook page, and we're just kind of growing small and organically at this point. But we're trying to, we've been gaining more interest than we had originally thought would happen. So I think we're going to try to do another meeting, which we'll announce in the next month. And then, hopefully get this website up and running would be, I think, the next step, and kind of see how we structuring it is kind of where we're at right now, trying to figure that little portion out. So,
well, whether it's breakfast
in my free time, do that.
all this free time, just running businesses and all these side hustles, and if you're looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, if you're looking for a place to shop small and to shop local, you're going to get those opportunities in the Midtown area. And so, Nikki, thanks for investing in this community. It's a gift that you give back to us. I think that Luna is one of the most outstanding places to go in town, and it's just it's a hidden gem. It shouldn't be hidden, and yet it's hidden. And sometimes it feels nice to be that way. But folks, if you haven't gone to check it out, get the cheese plate, get the beer flight, and smile from ear to ear, because those are my favorites. Nikki, thanks so very much.
Thanks, Erik.
Folks, we're going to go to break, but stick around and we'll come back with some hidden news for you and some picks of the week. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch.